That is 22, 24, 26.
Probably go after 22 since it's right here.
Fair enough. Let's see. An obsidian tower shrouded in a gossamer mist soars before you. Eyes carved into the stonework appear to fixate on you as you approach the entrance. The spire's highest window emits a purple light.
I see that.
Let's see. So then I need this. Nope, too far. There it is. Y'all have been getting really lucky, by the way.
What do you mean?
Because there's an encounter chart that I roll every time you guys climb the tower. So remember how I said a lot of these towers have had nothing in them?
Yeah.
I've been rolling nothing for the encounter. However, this time, not so much.
So there are things on the stairs, or
On the way up the tower, yes, you managed to run into a group of... let's see, so I need these.
I'd say it's probably not
the
owlbears.
max. Cool beans. So you managed to run into 5 Demos Megan and 4 Galvin Megan on the stairs up the tower.
Fun.
I don't consider that good news for our progress.
Yeah.
It will probably slow you down a little bit, yes. So with that, just gonna go ahead and set it up really quick.
Fair enough.
Based on the sizes of the doors, it kind of can't be owlbears, which is sad.
Yeah. Actually, that is fine. And then for this, I'll make it brown to differentiate. Scoot this there. Now I just gotta add the peeps. Oh yeah, let's put a... There we go. So we will do that. And then now I just need to find them and drag them. Are they under M for Megan? They are. Okay. So it was 1 of you, 2. 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Get them positioned correctly. Move you guys back so you're not right up in their grundles.
Man.
And the melee people in front.
That I'm going to let you guys choose your positioning when you get on here. Although I did put you in the order I believed you would be in, but that.
Yeah. I'll probably move
What does
myself
this
back
represent?
Just to be square.
I'm so glad you asked. So the side you're on is the lower part of the stairs here. This section is where the stairs kind of overlap, so this is below, this is above.
So we're literally seeing them on the way upstairs.
Yes, literally on stairs. So positioning will be very important here. Because there's no banister.
Oh, so we could fall if we're not careful.
You could fall if they shove you and or
We can throw them down.
it will not be considered difficult terrain, just because it's stairs, because you guys have walked up inclines before. However, it will be considered easier to shove someone off the edge into this pit over here. You know for a fact that these these ghostly looking Galvan Megan in the back can fly. These Demos Megan cannot. However, as far as I'm aware, none of you guys have natural flight. So just keep that in mind.
This does seem like a perfect place to use Ring of the Ram. If you can shove them into the...
Or,
Oh, yeah.
you know, other jewelry could come in handy, like a necklace or something.
Well, we do have
If
that,
only you guys
but
had a necklace
we also
that
have
could do things.
a spellcaster that can at least recharge it.
I like that picture a lot, Liz. It's very pretty.
Like, look at all the colors, right?
I mean, the colors are pretty, yes. Were you the one who drew that? Ah, answered my question while I was asking it.
I'm guessing you might need an initiative, huh?
Actually, since you mentioned it, yes.
You know what? That looks about right for me.
You rolled higher than I did.
She did roll higher than you. So it is going to go Zan, them, Liss, Skiff, Agony. So Zan, what you gonna do? And suddenly the monk just runs up and starts yeeting them off the balcony.
Pretty much.
Doesn't it take more of a raw strength shove kind of concept?
Well, then I got the Ring of the Ram.
Yeah, I was about to say, Ring of the Ram makes that exceedingly simple. The thing is you would have to get between them and the wall.
Yeah, that's the only problem is the positioning. And the main thing is, and that'd be the only thing I do, because it wouldn't be, like I get multi-attacks with my fist so much, but it's like if I use the Ring of the Ram, I only do the Ring of the Ram. So it's almost...
I mean, to be fair, shoving them down a 60-foot tall cavern kinda probably more damage than just bopping them on the noggin. On the upside, you're a monk, so you should be relatively good at grappling and yeeting people off cliffs.
I still don't have very much strength, though. Don't you need strength for grapple?
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
just fast and agile.
Yeah, you're not the grapple build.
Only if you had the crusher feat.
Definitely not.
That'd be so useful.
So,
here.
what you gonna do?
Because I can't move more in the corner, right? That's because it'd be a half square.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, because I don't think at this angle Ring of the Ram would do anything, right?
So you can move through half squares, but you can't stop there. So you can move through this square, and you can move through this square, and you can move through this square, but you wouldn't be able to stop on any of those three. You'd have to make it all the way to this square. Which 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. It's 40 feet to get there, but you'll be surrounded otherwise. And the big issue at that point is you wouldn't be able to hit this guy unless you use the Ring of the Ram.
Yeah. And then just being surrounded sounds bad, so I think just being here and just doing my regular attacks is fine.
Okie doke. But now everybody else knows that you can squeeze between them and the wall all the way over to here. I don't think
then
anybody.
I get some opportunity attacks though, at least on this first guy, right?
First two guys, I
That
think.
would be one opportunity attack. Yes. That, and I don't think anybody has the natural speed to get over there like you do.
Yeah.
All right. So what you gonna do? Ah, a critical hit. I see. Rude. Oh, minimum damage. So that's 2, so 10 damage. But I do need to check. Are you trying stunning on this or no?
Nah.
Magic is not considered natural. However, so far you haven't come across anything that stops that. It's just whether you'd be able to do it in response. Like if you're falling, I don't think you could cast fly or levitate as a reaction. So,
Featherfall is a thing.
huh?
Featherfall is a thing.
Featherfall is a thing, but I was talking like if you were to shove the Megan the glowy ghostly looking dudes in the back off, they have natural flight, so they don't fall. Anyway,
Aw.
so did you say you were making it stunning or no?
No.
No? Okay. That is a failed save on the wound. "22 hits for 11. And that is another fail on the wounding, so they will take 2d4 on their turn.
Does a 12 hit?
A 12 does not hit.
Well, I'll try on the next one to make it stinky.
Sounds good.
$15 hit?
15 does not hit.
Well, that's it for me.
Alrighty then. Their turn, so I need 2d4 for this poor guy up front. I'm not sure what they are bleeding, because they are constructs, but I guess just magic? Sure, they're
Yeah.
hemorrhaging magic. Oh. It's like, why don't I have this up? I should probably pull this up. So these guys in the back, the Galvin Megan, are going to target you guys. Skiff, you've got 2 bolts coming at you. The other 2 each have 1. And that's
Aw.
just because you're in the middle and they've got 2 in the middle there. So that is going to be, whoops, wrong one, this one. I need 2 deck saves from Skiff and 1 deck save each from the other 2. If you are wearing metal armor, you take the save at disadvantage.
Aha, I don't wear metal armor.
You don't count the studs on studded leather as full on metal, right?
No,
Like how
it
Splint
would have
does
to
not
be
count
like
either.
chain or
Hold on,
plate. So List passed. It
I
is
did not.
lightning, so I believe you take a quarter damage because you take half from saving and half from resistance.
And then 20.
Skiff, that's a pass for one of them, and Agony,
Oh, yeah. I know I
you
failed.
failed the save.
Mhm.
And Skiff, you passed the second deck save. So, Liss, you will take a quarter damage, and then, so your total damage is 18, so 9, so 4. So 4 lightning damage to Liz.
Being an air genasi is really working out for her.
Yeah, I know, right? The first bolt to Skiff does 11 because you passed. That's 5. And the second bolt does 20, so you take 10.
I'm gonna take that 10.
You're going to take the 10?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. One of them put a lot more effort into that bolt than the other.
Yeah, too bad.
Yep. Meanwhile, the Demos Megan are going to...
The one on me as well.
Huh?
You also had one on me. The
The-
lightning.
Oh, right. Yeah, you failed the save.
Yeah.
36.
Sounds about right.
Not all of them.
Ooh, you can make it this far? Dang. Well, obviously
Yes.
they can't.
So I'm just so we can have a more clear. I should have done this earlier, just to make things a little easier for us to tell who's doing what. Some of these colors are questionable. Like red, blue, sure, whatever. Green, okay, I understand. Why brown?
Because
Did you-
signify
did you-
that they wore the brown pants.
All right, well, this is the guy who there are 2 people who wore brown pants today.
That does look
All
like
right, so
a
red,
bunch.
yeah, red is going after Agony. The other 4 are going after Zan. So we have, they are all using great swords, and they get
Just
to attack
great.
twice.
Ooh, twice. I don't think we've
Uh,
actually had to have them attack us. I think this
And
is
I'm AC
probably the
19.
first time.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that 12 doesn't hit Agony,
You know what? It doesn't.
and I'm fairly certain that 12 also doesn't hit Agony.
You're just pulling a me today. Only
I
the
know,
same
right?
number
1,
twice.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You said your AC was 19,
19.
so the first one missed both of his attacks. The second one hit 1. The third one crit 1, and then the last one missed both of their attacks. So you got 1 hit, 1 crit.
Okay.
So that is going to be... Oh. So that's going to be 5 damage from the hit.
And
22 damage from the crit. And that so the brown one is the one that crit, the green one is the one that hit. Blue and purple just said, "Nah, not today, I'm done." That is their turns. So I believe that puts it to Liz. Yeah, Liz, you're next. Maybe it's orange. It looks really
It's like a burnt orange
really-
kind of color.
yeah. All right. Fireball, you say. Centered on the bottom orange guy. I think that's enough to get all of them. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. That will not hit blue or red up here, and it won't hit Zan. But that'll hit everything else. In fact... that would get, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. So you're looking at covering that if you target the orange one. Probably a good thing that the stairs in this tower are made of stone and metal instead of wood. So, yeah. Yep. Most people don't, but that's okay.
Yeah, why not
Yeah,
just
most people
fireball
forget
in the middle of
Fireball
the
says it
house?
ignites flammable objects, and wood is in fact flammable. But that's okay. You're in a stone and metal building on stone and metal stairs. So why don't you go ahead and give me that good old-fashioned damage while I roll to see if they're going to go up in smoke. Oh, these poor things. They failed their save, so they're going to take all of that. Oh, whoops. There we go. Huzzah indeed. Kalu Kalay. Alright, damage has been dealt. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Alrighty then. Skiff, you're next. By the way, red and orange were the ones that hit you.
I'd want to try to hit the red one.
Okie dokie. Let's see what you got.
12. I'm guessing a 12 may not hit.
12 does not hit. Are you going
Then
to
I'm
use
going to
your
have it
bonus
fly
action?
around, and then it's going to try to hit orange.
Alright, let's see what you got there.
20.
Unnatural 20 does hit.
Bursting.
So that would be, what, 6 damage to everybody else?
Yeah.
And that's 28. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. So 28 to orange, and then everybody else takes 6.
And then I have 2 more attacks.
Yep, give me 1 second. Well, I guess you could go ahead and roll while I'm doing this. It's not like it disappears.
16 and 23.
Both of those aimed at red.
Yeah.
Both of those hit.
Oh my. It's 11 force damage to everybody.
That is, and that's enough to eliminate red on that first hit.
He would have gone after orange again if the red one was killed.
Yep. However,
Orange is also killed in that hit.
because 11 was enough to kill orange.
Well, exactly. Then it would be against green.
All right, fair enough. How dare you hit the mage?
Oh,
I mean,
man.
it's still damage.
It is still damage. Still quite a bit of damage, in fact.
The blue still takes 4 damage.
All right. Anything else? Because that was 3 attacks.
And my bonus action to curve it.
Yep.
In turn.
All right. Cool beans. Agony, I believe you're pulling up the rear.
I can do something?
You do get to do something.
My. The 16 hit the guy in front of me. The red one.
The Demos Megan. Yes, it does.
Sweet. So then.
It's the 7 and the 9, right?
Yeah.
So there were no 2s in that, so we're taking that at 16 damage.
And I figure he probably can be hit once more.
He's the red and blue are the only ones that haven't been hit at all yet.
Yeah.
15 does not hit.
15 does not. Alright. So then, I shall compel duel the orange one.
He passed the save.
Oh my.
Yep.
And that'll be it.
Cool beans. Zan, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna Ring of the Ram the green one.
Okay, let's see what you got.
Doesn't
15
hit, though.
misses.
Dang.
Unfortunate. Anything else?
Dodge action.
Dodge
Bonus.
action. Sounds good.
I don't think it's used often enough, to be honest.
No, it's so underutilized. Because that just gave all of their attacks disadvantage.
I mean, the AC
So,
was already 19.
yeah. Alright, so the first attack missed. The second attack also missed. The third attack would have crit, but it missed. The fourth attack, guess what? The fifth attack, that also missed. And the last attack would have crit, but instead missed.
Oh yeah.
And then
Cool
the lightning, the Galvin Megan in the back is going to attempt to take out Skiff. So that's going to
Aw.
be a dex save for Skiff. I mean, to be fair, you did eliminate 3 people by yourself in a single round.
Well,
No,
not
they were hit
by
by fire already.
By yourself. Yeah, you're right. But it's all you finish them off.
17 in Agni's aura.
17 passes. So that is going to be half damage. Yeah, but yours was just fire. He did like arrows and stuff. So
Magically forceful arrows.
yep. So that would be 25 damage. So that'll be 12 damage. Unless Agony wants to take that for you.
I can take it.
You're gonna take it?
Yeah.
Okay. So Skiff takes nothing. Meanwhile, Red is also on Agony. So let's see how Red does. Agony, what was your AC again?
18.
18, so 1 hit.
Sounds about right.
For 6 damage.
Oh my.
Just pulling out these big numbers. All right. That was their turn. I believe that puts it to Liss.
Correct.
I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sounds good.
That is a good one to bring up anyway, because it's the damage types.
Yeah. I mean, bringing up the spell card isn't a bad thing. Besides, you could just manually roll the numbers. It's fine.
Oh my. I guess you really don't like them.
You really didn't like that. Okay.
Oh, man. Too bad it couldn't have been the second one you got.
Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be 32 damage.
Fire or psychic?
Yeah, so I doubled the numbers on whatever the first one it is. The site rolls it how the rules say it, but I like the old rules for D&D 3.5 and stuff where we just double numbers because big numbers are awesome. Anyway, so that's gonna be 32 damage. Um, Additives do not get doubled. So,
Oh yeah, the charisma plus the proficiency.
yeah.
Oh, the modifiers.
Yeah.
Yeah, modifiers do not get doubled, only dice.
No.
No, because it takes the 3 and the 7, not the 7 and the 7.
Oh.
Probably. But either way, so that's 32 damage of either fire or psychic. Fire damage. Fair enough. Worked all right. Worked pretty good so far. Do you get any special additives for it being fire, or was it just fire because fire? Ah, cold damage. Cold damage is fun. All right, so 32 fire damage makes this one regret its not living decisions because it's a construct. Okie dokie. Anything else? You want to do it again? Do you want to choose a new target, or do you want to try and finish this one off? All right, fair enough. What spell slot would you like to use? Oh, sorcery point. So you're going to quicken spell and do it again. All right, fair enough. So, boom. $18 does hit. We've got a 7 and an 8.
Psychic or
So
thunder.
7 is psychic or 8 is thunder. So psychic or thunder? Thunder! Alright, cool. As this construct shatters into hundreds of tiny pieces. Cheers are all around. Agreed. Alright. Anything else? Alright, turn end. I believe Skiff is next?
Correct. I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 3. You got a 2.
Well, yeah.
I'm the one who rolled a 2.
Yum.
I just had to have a really high modifier for initiative.
I mean, it's kind of paying off. You're before agony.
Low bar. I'm gonna attack the blue dot in the back.
the blue in the back. All right.
14.
14 to hit does. 14 hits this one.
18 damage.
Alrighty then. What's next?
Attack the green dot.
Green dot. All right.
20 and 25.
Both of those hit, although I don't think you're going to need both of them.
23 on the first hit, and then I would attack the orange.
Which 25 does hit.
Another 23.
All right.
End turn.
Agony. One left.
I'm gonna come up and hit it.
Sounds like a pretty good idea.
I did hit it.
You did hit it.
Then I can re-roll those twos. So 9 and 6, so 15.
So 15. All right.
And I'll hit it again.
You certainly will.
And I can re-roll the 1.
So that'll be 11, 18.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
That should be good.
All right, Zan. Blue is all that's left. What are you going to do? Hello? No, Zan. Zan should be next.
Sorry.
Ah, there we go. 21 definitely hits. It passes the save. And then 15 damage. It's not dead yet, but it is regretting construct life decisions. That hits. That. Okay, it's dead.
And it's gone.
Alright.
Can I still, since the do flurry to heal myself twice real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why am I all the way over here? I was over here. There we go.
Yeah. You guys are way over yonder.
Yeah, for some reason, when we loaded the map back, I was over on the other side of the city, so I'm like...
Nice. So you make it to the Come on, computer, fucking decide. You make it to the top. It's a 30-foot square room lit by purple flame in sconces spaced around the wall. There's an inscription written on the walls. Oh, okay.
I figure that's the inscription we need for this tower.
Probably. It reads as follows. Six. Show thy face to the sky.
Oh my.
There doesn't appear to be anything else in this area.
Fun. I guess we can head over to 26 probably.
You can go to 24 or 26.
26 is a hop, skip, and jump over here, so.
Alrighty. The tower rises before you, as straight as an arrow. A faint light shines from in the spire's highest window, and hairline cracks creep up its walls like ivy.
Alright. Surprised we didn't have to do anything in the last one to even read the inscription.
I mean, everything else has. How big are the cracks? Not really. The cracks are long and winding and deep enough to where you can't see into the building through them. The tower's interior walls are sculpted with the impressions of humanoid forms pressing out from within, clawing hands and howling faces captured in stone forever.
Would you say that they look like they're in agony?
Very possibly.
Agony really likes this tower.
There is a door. It is also embossed with ossified faces. The door is touched.
I'm figuring it's probably just carved. Not actual people. Or are they?
I mean, what'd you expect? Thought you were going to turn into a door or a statue on the door?
Just get turned into part of the door.
No, they're stone. No, they are ossified. Yeah, you can open it. It's a normal door. Easy to open.
I guess then we can climb the tower.
Alrighty, fair enough. Climbing the tower with no interference whatsoever, you managed to make it all the way to the top.
I'm guessing this one actually has something to do since the last one didn't. Or maybe not.
So You get to the room. On the wall is written 8th. Stand firm in thy circle of death and consume. But the last word is missing.
Is it like a missing piece of the wall, or is it like just not there?
It looks like part of the wall cracked and fell off.
All right, let's go back to that thing.
Thing.
Was it
Oh,
number 11?
there is one more thing in this room. There is. Oh my God, computer, fucking. I need to get this fixed. I really do. This is starting to become absolutely unbearable. There's one more thing in this room. There appears to be a toppled over adamantite statue of a young woman in wizard's robes posing as if she is completing a spell. The
Can I do-
statue itself is lying toppled over underneath the damaged part of the wall.
Oh, like that poked it through.
Yep.
Can I do an Arcana check on the statue to see if it's magically a statue or just a regular statue?
Yes and yes. It would take more than it would take at least 2 of you to lift the statue. Because it is an adamantite statue. It weighs quite a bit.
Everyone but Agony has strength as their dump stat. It's
And I don't have the best strength.
So it's less about the weight of the statue and about the combined total strength stat of the people attempting to lift it. Oh, she's significantly more than 500 pounds.
adamantium. Yeah, it's a dense material.
It's the densest non-magical material. Yeah, a statue of her stature would more than likely weigh close to 2,500 pounds. Oh yeah, no, adamantite is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
To answer your question with an Arcana check that high, the detail on this statue is too good to have been sculpted, especially out of a material as insane as adamantite. This was obviously the work of transmutation. Whether by her or someone else, this statue was once a person.
With a roll that high, would I be able to tell if it was a one and done and irreversible spell, or this is just a temporary state that she hasn't been taken out of, kind of dispellable state?
You can't tell that much from what you've got.
Okay.
The only thing you can tell is that she was a person. If you had a strong enough spell, you might be able to turn her back.
Skip would jot down a note and relay that to Liz, because he was able to help out our guide in the first place, and if we could get another caster on our side that knows what the hell is going on, that'd be helpful too. That's what the implication was, yes. If it were a high enough level.
It would take all 4 of you working together to lift the statue.
I think she's meaning. Let's see if. Are you saying let's see if it works for dispelling it or lifting it?
No, I was talking about when Liz was talking about lifting it. It would take all four of you working together. If you wanted to dispel that, you could try dispel magic, but it's unlikely to work.
Aw.
For the same reason that you can't use dispel magic on polymorph like that, or at least not true polymorph.
Oh, that's that. Oof.
I mean, you could try it if you want.
Trying to undo like a true polymorph thing after the timer has run out. It's no longer an effect to be dispelled. It's just their current state now. Kind of
So
thing.
we'll put it this way. Skiff doesn't know what it would take to do it. If you cast Dispel Magic and it doesn't work, I'd allow an Arcana check to see if you could figure out what would be required to undo it.
Fair. Because it would be burning more resources.
All right. So casting Dispel Magic at 3rd tier, unfortunately, that does not do it. Yeah, no.
So not
like,
even DC.
No. It just fails to work.
Can we both
with
try Arcana?
with this, there's really only one spell you know of that could possibly undo this. That's understandable. And of course, that one spell slot, or that one spell, is Wish.
Skiff obviously wouldn't bother using the time to write that down to tell anyone. If he realized that, he would just like put the book away that he would write in and just like start walking away.
So it's a 9th tier spell. You generally acquire a 9th tier spell slot at 17th level. Yeah. It would take a lot of effort to do so.
Yeah, that's why Skip would just walk away. It's just one of those, oh, well, huh. If that's the case, whatever.
Now that being said, turning to the more pressing matter, I posted the thing in chat because I forgot to do it for this one. You don't know what it's asking you to consume.
It's just literally stone broken away, right?
Yep. It looks like some of it might be under the statue, so if you guys work together, you might be able to find the pieces of it underneath that adamantite statue.
We'll stand it back up then.
Skiff wouldn't be happy about it, but he'd help.
Fair enough. Looking underneath the statue, you can see parts of it are part of the stone wall did end up underneath the the adamantite statue. This would take insight to put the pieces back together, unless one of you guys has a mending spell.
Well, we do have mending, but I'll roll insight to see if I can get it without having to do it. Or at least I think we
Fair
do.
enough.
It's a stone.
It has words on it that I can't quite read.
Well, there we go. Yeah, Liz has mending.
Yeah, unfortunately, those insights were not enough to put it back together, so I guess you guys asked Liz to cast mending on it. All right. So this fills in the last word, which, by the way, is in Draconic, so I believe Liz can understand it.
Yeah. And the orb can. if we didn't.
Yep, Professor Orb.
I don't think we have poison.
We might. I do have a thing that has a mysterious liquid.
There's a lot of debris in here, but otherwise it looks like that's everything in the room.
Alright. And we shall move on to the last tower. That we need to go to the middle.
What is everybody's passive perception again?
16.
17. I think Xandis is like 19 or something really crazy high.
Yeah, let me look. Yeah, 19.
Big sad on the 10. Zan, you are the only one who notices.
Sounds about right.
Sticking out from under a pile of rubble near where you guys stood the statue up, you find that. Now I want a hot dog.
I had hot dogs for dinner.
I had Mexican food for dinner.
I had pseudo Mexican food for dinner.
What's a Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Oh my. Moving on to the last tower then.
Yeah.
Mean it like what, Liz? All I said was, oh my.
So that's how you have your hot dogs. Okay.
I thoroughly enjoy my hot dogs like that. Although for me personally, my favorite way to enjoy a hot dog is with a nice slathering of meat with it, some chili and coleslaw with some melty cheese. Love chili cheese slaw dogs. So good. Anyway, Tower 24. Ice has engulfed the lower floors of the crumbling tower. A pink light pours out of the highest window, a single point of illumination in a dark and out-of-the-way region of the city. Oh, okay. This isn't a reference or anything. Of course not. Oh, so this one just doesn't get encounters. Okay.
Oh. Well, I guess because it's
Good to
remote,
know.
technically, then it wouldn't have anything.
Oh, that's not the reason,
Oh.
but yeah. All right. So you guys enter into the tower. The interior walls are covered with draconic phrases crudely written in pitch over and over and over again. Liz and Professor Orb can read it. Can anybody else read Draconic, or is it just you guys?
I cannot.
I can't remember if the monk ability allows you to read or not.
Mhm.
No,
No,
just
I'm.
speak.
Just
Yeah, I was about to
speak in
say I'm
here.
90% certain it's just speak. All
Then-
right, so Liz, you and Professor Orb read. Whether you want to translate it into common or not is up to you. But you read, "All work and no play makes Evira a dull girl." Liz translates that. Okay.
Does our guide know who that is?
Does not know who it is. No.
Okay.
So it's talking about a particular person. At the very least, you don't know who it is, and at this point, that person may be long dead. So more than likely, they got trapped in the tower somehow and died in here.
It went a little crazy.
You know, kind of like that one movie with the guy and the axe. Oh, this is once you're in the tower. You had to clear some snow and ice away from the door, but you were able to get into the tower.
I guess we shall climb the tower. To the top.
Climbing the tower, the phrase, "all work and no play makes Evira a dull girl," slowly changes into, "I am Evira. Evira is my name," written in wine stains on the floor and walls. Furthermore, on the floor is littered with empty wine bottles. Finally, the door leading to the uppermost chamber are written the words, "The crown knows all," also in Draconic. Everything was written in Draconic.
The crown knows all.
List translates as you ascend. All right, fair enough. I'm assuming you progress.
Yeah.
An elderly woman sits rigidly on a black throne, shrouded in ice. She wears a crown of entwined iron tentacles, and her forehead is bruised where the band fits tightly against her skull. An inscription decorates the wall behind her. The chamber is lit by a pink flame flickering in the sconces on the walls.
And is the inscription in Draconic again?
Let's see.
I would assume so.
Written in
but this might
Draconic.
be- Yeah.
Yep. But before we get to that, oh, all right. Oh, I almost forgot. When you guys left the tower, you could hear a mocking laugh echo behind you.
Left which tower?
Tower 22.
22. Okay.
Yeah, when you guys left that tower, you heard a mocking laugh chase you out.
to be honest, if Skiff would have heard that after they didn't really encounter what he would consider legitimate resistance, I probably would have done an Arcana check about that.
Fair enough.
Can I do it now in retrospect or no?
Yeah, that's fine. While you're doing that, I'm gonna read this.
It was just weird. That's all.
Weird. All right, fair enough. You can see the inscription written on the wall behind her, but because of the ice, you can't actually read the inscription.
And see that something's there, but it's partially blocked to not read it fully.
I mean, if you want to hit this husk of a person and melt the ice, you can.
I'm figuring this is a Vera.
Very well, maybe. Hasn't moved since you entered the room, though.
I will walk up and touch her on her shoulder.
Kind of hard to do that with all the ice covering her. She's covered up to her neck in ice.
Okay. Well, I do have a fire sword.
There are, but most, like, it's not. It depends on positioning. Like bonfire, you could technically choose what it burns as long as you don't put it on anything. Like you could put it next to the ice to melt it. Since you are that close, Agony, go ahead and give me a medicine check real quick. She's alive. Miraculously, despite her condition, she's still alive.
Odd.
She has a relatively vacant stare, and it doesn't appear as though she's breathing, but you can you can tell she's alive. Perhaps under some magical effect or something.
I'll probably put up my sword close to the ice to melt it.
It takes a while, but you do manage to melt most of the ice. Got to be really careful around her. Even after all the ice is melted, though, she doesn't move.
Odd. Would Skiff or Liz want to do an Arcana check to see if it is magic what's keeping her in a almost alive state?
Would Agony have shared? Like, whoa, dude, she's alive. Like, would she have shared that?
Yeah, I probably said, oh, she's still alive.
You don't notice any magical effects on her, although the crown is certainly suspect.
Would Skiff write that down?
Unless he knew specifics, he wouldn't.
Okay.
You want to use the identify spell on the crown? Okay, cool beans. It does look weird. Yeah, okay. Casting Identify on the crown, it is known as the Crown of Wisdom. So for some reason, your spell will not give you any information aside from that. The only reason for that is if the item has been tampered with in some way, shape, or form. So otherwise, you would generally know everything about the item. So something's going on with the crown, but you know it's a magic item, and you know at the very least, no. Mostly because this particular item hasn't been able to been manufactured since the Netherese kingdom fell, literally and figuratively. At this point, it's unique.
Could I try to take it off of her? Or does that seem to be, if I take it off, she would be dead?
You're not sure. Um, you're not sure if taking the crown off would kill her. Although, based on the state she's in, that might be more of a blessing than anything.
That's what I was thinking myself.
Then again, if she's stuck in this state, she might be in agony.
But she doesn't show it. That's the only
No,
sad
no,
part.
she doesn't. So you attempt to remove the crown?
Yeah.
All right, wisdom saving throw.
I'm good at those, maybe. Eh.
So you take the crown from her. The moment you do, in a tongue you don't understand, but Professor Orb immediately translates due to its urgency, you hear a distressed phrase come out of her mouth, and then she literally turns to dust in front of you. Meanwhile, Agony, you're just like, oh, huh, cool crown, and then you don it.
Oh. What does,
And as you're donning it, uh, it I will give everybody a reaction to deal with this, because as you're about to don it, having ignored everything that she said, Professor Orb says, stop her from donning the crown. The woman said to destroy the crown and release her memories. So if anybody else wants to attempt to stop Agony from donning that crown, you can attempt to now.
But do a check for that, or
Yeah.
You can attempt it with an attack roll or whatever you deem fit to attempt to stop.
Can I
would
just
it
try to
just be like
grab
the
it with?
sleight of hand?
Okay. If you're going to attempt to sleight a hand, I'm also going to need a wisdom save from you.
a 12?
Not very
Oh
good.
man, this is a really cool crown. Let me put this on.
After she takes it away, would I realize to probably take it away from her again?
Yes.
Okay. what would be the ways to try to take it away? Sleight of hand and
Sleight of hand. You can attempt an attack roll, or
Can I do an
a
acrobatics
grapple.
check to just do like a jump kick and kick it out of whoever's grasp it's in?
Acrobatics or athletics. Uh, 16. All right. So you manage. Zan's AC is 19, isn't it?
Well, I'm not trying to attack her. Just hit the thing that that he's holding.
Well, it's less. I'm using the AC as a base because you're competing against Zan's dex to hold on to the item. So
Well,
if
the
that's
AC
the
isn't just
case,
Dex; it's Dex and Wisdom.
oh yeah, that's right. So if that's the case, then Zan, what's your dex?
My dex
Did Zan cut out for anybody else?
it's 5.
It's 5. Okay, so that'd be 15. So 16 is enough to knock the crown out of her hand, his hand.
Skiff would just aim to just kick it on the floor. I mean, what would you want to gain by attacking the crown itself?
it was said to destroy
Also,
it, right?
how would you attack the crown? If I'm not mistaken, I believe disintegrate specifically says it cannot disintegrate magical items, but I'm double checking
Yeah,
that right
it
now.
turns to dust. If you kill someone wearing magical stuff, they'll turn to dust, and the magical stuff will remain behind.
Thin spray, targeted creature, failed save, yada yada. A disintegrated creature and everything it is wearing and carrying except magic items are reduced to a pile of fine gray dust. Chaos Bolt is cool. I mean, you can try it if you want, but if it fails, then you've just expended a spell slot.
Aren't we only in range of fireball?
Fireball can only do damage to flammable things.
Oh yeah, it's not flammable.
You mean firebolt?
Oh yeah.
Ah, firebolt. Firebolt. Hurl a mode of fire at a creature or object within range. Spell attack, hit, yada yada. Cool. You can try that. Yeah, absolutely. So you definitely beat the AC, but it looks like it didn't take any damage from fire.
Oh, okay. Could I ray of frost it?
Sure.
You know what? I think I beat the AC.
You did beat the AC. It doesn't appear as though it took any damage from cold either.
Well, that's all I got, except for actual weapons.
I mean, you can if you want. Although, if you guys remember, there is a place that specifically allows you to destroy artifacts.
Wait, which place was that?
I want to say it was number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah, one of these towers specifically had an anvil that allows you to destroy artifacts.
But then the problem becomes, can we even pick it up without being
I
subjected
think.
to it?
Well, I think that we didn't really do anything with the anvil. The characters never figured that out. It was just an anvil in the middle of a room surrounded by what we probably can presume to be a huge army that would immediately attack us when we did anything with the anvil. So we
It
didn't
was
really do
just
anything.
6 Demos Megan, which you've killed a lot of those.
I know, but we didn't realize that at the time what they were.
Yeah.
And so we didn't really do anything with the anvil at all. So I don't think our characters know what that does, or that there isn't that's an option. It would be a nice, easy option, but I don't think our characters found that out.
Yeah.
It had a description in the room of what the anvil does. You guys just didn't find it useful because all it could do is destroy artifacts.
Ah.
And there was nothing you guys wanted to destroy at the time.
We don't know what it does when you put it on as of yet, since it's a unique item, because no one's passed a wisdom saving throw, and apparently it might just take your memories like it did for the person who was wearing it. We don't know.
Yep, which she turned to dust before your eyes.
I mean, the last person who was wearing it had to write on the walls what their name was just to remind themselves.
Mm-hmm. On a ball?
The Professor Orb.
Oh, Professor Orb? The crown doesn't fit on him. His orb is too small.
I don't think he the guy who was our guide. I think if he was near us, he would have seen what went on, and he would never allow that.
Yeah, no, he will actively avoid you if you have the crown.
Right. I'm gonna try to hit it with my glaive, see if that does anything, since we're here. Does a 19?
You definitely beat the AC, but you do 0 damage to it.
Oh, okay.
Is that because his glaive is non-magical?
No. If you guys try enough, you'll eventually figure it out, but the crown itself is indestructible. Except by the anvil.
Yeah, okay. I guess...
But can you pick it up with the glaive so that way you don't touch it with your hands?
Would that count?
I mean, what do you define as touching with your hand? Because like Skip is still wearing like heavy or like winter clothing. It's not direct contact. It's like he's wearing like beefy gloves and things, or at least leather type gloves to be able to use the bow correctly. But I mean, he's never barehanded.
So it's less what do you define as it versus what does the crown.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was asking. Like, what is the real definition of actually being held and touched and in the contact being?
Because you guys don't know. I mean, keeping it at literal polearm's length would be a generally good idea. But
like a little tiny bag, like you just have at the end of the glaive, and so you just swing it over at your shoulder, and so you're like a hobo on the rails.
Kind of. Because again, if you tried long enough, like if one of you fails and you guys fail to disarm the crown from them, eventually you will figure out that the crown itself knows.
Then I can probably just pick it up with the glaive and we can move then, just to make it easy.
So are you guys going back to Tower 4 to use the anvil?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys walk all the way back across the city, la-di-da-di-da, go all the way back up, and the Megans stand guard around the anvil.
I will drop it in the middle of the anvil.
Alright, the Megan do nothing.
Does it look like there's a keyword we have to say? I can't remember.
No, it's literally just someone has to pick up the hammer and smash whatever's on the anvil.
I will attempt to do so.
When you pick up the hammer, all of the Megan spring to life and attempt to attack you. Roll initiative.
You know what? I'm not surprised. I think I hit the wrong button. That's definitely too much.
Clearly.
Alright, Skiff.
Alright.
Be
So,
Oh my.
oh, poor Skiff. So it's gonna go Agony, them, Zan, Liz, back to the top of the order. Since there's only 6 of them, I'm not gonna bother moving to a map. We'll just call them Demos Megan 1 through 6. And
They're not going to
considering
move around or try attacking anyone.
well, they're only gonna go after Agony because Agony picked up the hammer.
Ah.
Yeah. Makes the most sense.
So
And that is what Agony wants, so.
the room is 30 feet across, so there's really not a lot of maneuvering you could do to give yourself any kind of advantage. Fireball hit everybody in the room. So, top of the order, Agony.
I shall attempt to attack number 1. Since
You
might
attempt
as
to
well go
attack
after
number 1.
them in order.
Fair enough.
I know a 13
13
doesn't
does not hit. Nope, 13 doesn't hit.
but a 23.
23 does hit.
So I can re-roll the 1 and the 2. Whop.
So 9 total damage.
1 more than that one.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put them on this map just so I can keep track of what everybody's at, because that's like the best thing it's got.
Mm-hmm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we'll just do the colors to make things easy. So red is going to be number 1. All right, so you hit number 1 for 9 damage.
Yes. And I shall action surge and try it again. I
13
didn't
misses
mean
again.
to.
If you get 23
Oh,
again, okay, 16 hits.
Okay. So 20 damage on that one.
Hey, that's pretty good. Anything else?
And I feel like I don't have to use Compelled Duel because they're already going to come after me.
Yeah. Speaking of, they're all going to come after you.
What?
1,
How
2,
could they?
3, 4, 5, 6. So the first one misses both attacks. The second one misses the first and crits the second. So that's 1 crit. That is 1 hit, 1 miss, 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 and 1 hit. So that's 2 hits and a crit. So crit, hit, hit. The crit, that is 20 damage. The hit is 7 damage and 10 damage.
19. Alright.
And that was all of their turns. Which then brings it to Zan. The order in which you rolled is the order in which you are. That's funny. "19 hits. Are you making this stinky or nah?"
Stunning? No.
That is a pass on the save for the wounding. Which one are you going after?
Same as Agony. So go for
Red
one
it
first.
is. Alright, so 13 damage. Boom. Not quite dead yet. That definitely hits. And gone.
It's good. It's all good.
Okay, I'm gonna make this punch, I guess, a number 2. I'll make it stinky.
For blue or orange? You want to do blue?
Blue.
Blue. Alright. 16 does hit, and you said you're going to make it stank. Put a little
Yep.
stank on it. $16, not bad. Alright. And second attack or no? Yep. Crit, nice. Ooh, and the higher one was on the left this time, so 12, 17 damage. God, give me a second, guys. Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So that was 17 damage. Anything else?
I'm out of stuff to do for my turn.
Fair enough. Alright, that puts it to Liss. Firebolt. Alright. Who are you going to hit with Firebolt? All of them. Blue, green, orange, purple, and pink. Blue is the one that was just hit. Going after blue. Alright. Number blue. Let's see what you got. $16 hits for 11 damage. Alright. What else? Alright, fair enough. Because Skiff managed to nat 1, we will go back to top of the order, which is Agony.
It is. And then I shall go after the blue one.
Sure.
I guess I could just do the Thunder Smite to get a little bit more damage out there.
Sounds good.
Oh, not on that one. I can't remember, does a 15 hit?
15 does not hit.
Okay. Well, that was fun.
Alrighty. I mean, it'll last until your next attack, or I believe concentration, for a minute.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think it was for a minute. Yeah, 1 minute.
So, of course, they're all going to go after you again. This time only 5 of them. 3, 4, 5. So that is 1 crit and no hits. So that is going to be 10 damage for the crit.
Oh my. It's like half as much as the last crit.
Yeah, I know, right? And that's their turn.
So I'm next then, right?
Yep, Zan is next.
Finish off blue.
Sounds like a plan. So that is 9, and does blue fail the save? Blue does fail the save. It's not dead yet, though.
Not dead yet.
How bad is it looking though? Because I almost want, if he actually failed to save, I almost want to attack somebody else so that the bleed damage only does it. If I kill him before he bleeds, then it's like, then there's no point in the bleed.
He's not close enough to where it looks like the bleed will finish it.
Well, alright, I'll hit him again then.
That hits. He's not dead yet, but he might be pushing up the daisies in a moment now.
Might as well just finish him off.
Oh yeah, I need to see if he fails the save for that second bleed. That's another failed save, so that'll be 2d4 bleed damage on his turn.
Alright, I'll ignore him. I'll go to the orange guy next then.
Orange guy next, okay.
Org.
Definitely hits.
I'll make that one stinky.
Alright, how stank are we making it? That's pretty stank.
More stank than damage.
Yeah, but stank is damage. Anyway, what else? Another one?
And that'll be it after that.
Fair enough. Alright, Liz, let's see what you got. Another firebolt? Are you going after orange this time, or green, or purple? Pink. Alright. You mean you don't know your numbers? It's number pink. Okay. Is that where you're gonna call your turn? Alright. Skiff, you finally get a turn in combat.
What?
No.
I know, right? To be fair, that was relatively quick to get back around to you.
He's running really, really, really low on arrows, so he'd switch to his rapier and shield. But you say that would take an action to fully do without dropping the bow, huh?
Well, you didn't say you had your weapon drawn when you went into the room, so you could do that as part of your move action.
Okay. He would just attack the closest one to him, relatively speaking.
I mean, they're all basically equidistance from the door.
Okay. Pink.
Pink. Alright. Everybody hating on pink over here.
Oh, sorry. 20. I didn't get the minus.
Unnatural 20, but it still hits. That's pretty good. Not dead yet, though.
I swear I undid sharpshooter.
And
19 and 26.
both of those hit. And if you do about comparable damage, it might not die. Let's see what you got. 13 and 13. Okay, that's enough. Game's like, DM says it won't die if I do the same damage, huh? Well, let's just do some more. And then it died. Anything else?
Action surge attack green.
Action surge attack green. Okay. There it is.
I gotta get rid of archery too. Shit. So yeah, yeah, okay, fine. 25,
So-
22. Both of them probably hit, right?
Yes. So 27.
And
Not
a
dead
raw
yet.
16.
16 does hit.
11.
Not dead yet, but it is regretting construct life decisions.
End turn.
All right. That puts it back to agony. Or, yeah, back to agony.
Yeah.
Blue looks like it's about to keel over any second now, although it does have the bleed damage coming up.
I hurt green a little bit.
Green looks like it is not doing very well at all. Orange is next, and purple is the cherry construct.
Blue was stunned, right? Or just
Blue was not stunned, it's bleeding.
bleeding. Okay.
Yep, which it's about to keel over from at this point. It has like I want to say it's like an 8% chance to not die
I'll make
on
that
its
up.
turn from the bleed damage.
I'll just make sure it dies. Just to make sure.
Okay. Okay, you didn't
Then
even
I
have to
don't
roll
even-
the damage.
yeah.
When I said 8%, it needed, like, Zan would have to roll 2 ones for it to live.
There's a chance that would happen, so.
Well, now I'm curious what I would roll. I'm gonna roll it anyway.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Would it have died? It would
wouldn't have.
not have died. That's hilarious. Okay.
And then I will hit green.
So,
Oh, I guess I
hit
won't
green,
hit green.
11 misses.
I
Anything
guess
else?
I could do another action surge.
You could.
I'll do as such. To hit it.
Fair enough. 23 definitely hits, though. Is that,
It's all green.
That's all of it. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's, what, 14 damage? That's enough.
Yeah. And then I'll turn.
That'll do, Tiefling. That'll do.
And then I'll turn to orange and hit
And miss.
another 11. Okay. That's it.
Sounds good. They are going to attempt to attack you. I know. Shock, horror, surprise. Who'd have thought? Miss,
Could've thought
miss, hit, hit.
Oh, wow.
So that is going to be a total of 19 damage to Agony.
Oh, my.
How's Agony looking?
Pretty damaged.
Pretty damaged? Not ugly damaged?
Getting close to ugly.
Oh, okay.
Like one more damage and then it's getting ugly.
Fair enough. I do believe it's Zan's turn.
I should probably.
What
change
am Zan do?
Into orange.
That definitely hits. Oof. Not dead yet, but certainly getting there. And that is a critical failure on the save. Alright. And that's enough to kill it anyway. All that's left is purple. Left untouched until this moment.
Make it stinky.
Sounds like a plan. Alright. Not dead yet. That still hits. And I believe that was the end of your turn.
Yep.
Alright, Liz. There's one left. Typing. Firebolt! Alright, well, let's see what you got then. It's not dead yet, but goodness, that shaved off a chunk of what's left. Anything else? Quicken spell. What are you going to quicken? And another one. Unfortunately, 14 misses. I like snickerdoodles. Snickerdoodles are delicious. Fair enough. End turn. Alright, Skiff. One left. Not doing so hot. Let's see if you can do it.
31
hits.
and 8. Okay.
Exactsies. Alright.
As that one
So
goes down, I
after
pick up the
all
hammer
of
and
that,
hit it.
yeah, I was about to say, after all of that, you managed to re-pick up the hammer and smash the crown.
Crown has been smashed.
Let's see, there was something.
If only it were a pumpkin.
Let's see. The anvil destroys any magic item. When it, for the first time, bring me your items of power, and together we shall destroy them. Place it on the anvil. You strike it 3 times with the hammer. And then after the 3rd hit, a flash of blue light and the item disintegrates into ash. And then now I roll a die. And no, it did not happen. Alright. Oh, it's 3 instances of it. Okay. Oh, okay. This will probably be the last one. As this breaks through the floor as the crown turns to ash.
Lovely. And
yeah, it just smashes its way up through the floor.
And I figure
That
that's
does
hostile.
not seem like it's a friend.
Maybe.
No. It, you know what? I like Lys's attitude. Roll initiative.
Oh my. I did the same thing as last time, didn't I?
You, yes, you did.
Look at Skiff being less surprised.
Yeah, you were on high alert already.
You didn't want to repeat it last
Okay,
time.
so Skiff, Zan, Agony, and Lys, in that order, go.
More pokes.
Okay, thank you very much. Both of those hit. And I guess I'll bring this out real quick so I can keep track of its health.
39 damage altogether.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, it's large?
No, it's huge.
Huge.
Action surge, more pokes.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see what you got.
15. Does a 15 hit?
No.
Does a 31 hit?
Yes. Okay, 14 and...
Does a 16 hit?
No.
Hey, I'm getting closer to finding its AC, okay?
You are. Anything else?
Bonus action, second wind.
Fair.
Fair. I do believe that puts it to Zan.
This one I will make stunning.
Understandable. Okay, so we're looking at... You did hit. So for the stunning, for the wounding, failed on both counts.
Woo!
So it is stunned, and you did 14 damage. At the beginning of its turn, it is currently looking at 2d, or it's looking at 1d4. 27 hits for 12. It failed the save, so it will be taking 2d4 on its turn.
Is my stinky fist.
Sounds good. Let's see. Stunned.
19 hit.
19 does hit. Put some stank on it. So what is that, 22? Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
Last
Hit
one.
number 2, Electric Boogaloo. 28 does hit. And that's just 6, right?
Yep.
Nice. Anything else?
That's it.
Alright. No. Agony is next.
Yeah.
You got advantage.
I have advantage.
You do. It's stunned, so your attack rolls have advantage.
Does 18 hit?
18 does hit.
Sweet. And do I need a reroll? Nope. 16 damage.
It does 0 damage. It appears as though fire does nothing to it.
Dang. I can probably drop that safely, and it probably won't break.
Easily.
Okay. I'll drop it and then draw my greatsword.
Magical items are very difficult to break by accident. Dropping it would be the equivalent of throwing an old Nokia brick down a flight of stairs.
And does it want to work?
Yeah, I'm old enough to know what a Nokia brick is.
Okay.
That was my
Just the
first
first one.
phone, and my phone was actually red, so it looked like a brick, too. It still works.
It took a bit.
Okay, so drawing greatsword, 23 and 25 both hit.
Well, I only had the one attack for that.
Oh.
Yeah, I hit it twice because I didn't know if I accidentally misclicked and not hit it.
Well, 23 does hit,
Yeah.
so 10 damage.
And that doesn't
Anything
look like
else?
it did it less than what it looked like.
No, it looked
Okay.
like it took that normally.
I will do action surge then.
And you're gonna bop it in the face twice?
Yeah.
Alright,
I figure I
let's
can
see what you
probably
got.
just use that for that
25,
accidental roll.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep, so we'll
For
go ahead and
10.
do that. Another 10.
It was the
Curse
same
of 10s
rolls anyway.
tonight.
And then 26.
26 hits.
Oh.
5.
Oh, it didn't reroll, so it was D6.
2d6, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
And you
I
have
got
to
the
use the
same
new
ones,
roll.
so 5.
So 5. Oh, in the same place too.
Yeah.
That's funny. Alright, anything else?
I shall also do second wind.
Second wind. Good call.
If my brain can remember
Alright,
what
Liz,
words are.
you found out that it's immune to fire. What you gonna do? Your infamous Chaos Bolt, perhaps? Chaos Bolt it is. Alright, let's see what you got. It'd be very sad if it came up with fire twice. It didn't. One of those, I believe, is psychic. If I scroll all the way back up, I should be able to...
Where did I put myself?
I don't feel like doing that. Force. Force is a pretty safe bet. So, yeah. 29 definitely hits for 15 force damage. It doesn't appear to be dead yet. Didn't want to quicken spell again? Fair enough. Its turn.
It takes damage.
It does. It takes 2d4. And that's the end of its turn. Because it's stunned. Which I believe puts it... who was top of the order? Was that Agony? No, it was Skiff. Skiff. Alright, Skiff, let's see what you got.
More pokes.
More pokes?
No way.
Are you going
27.
to poke Diesmon? 27 hits. It...
18.
Oh yeah, no, it's stunned until Zan's turn, so you do still have advantage.
Okay, I was only doing that as like, hey, I'm doing 2 attacks, but okay, sure, that was 1 attack then.
Yep. Yeah, because it remains stunned until the beginning of Zan's turn.
That didn't matter. But I'm guessing, does 22 still hit?
22 does in fact hit.
I'm guessing 29 does, if 22 did.
Indeed.
35 altogether.
And it's not dead yet.
Action surge attacking some more.
Okay, here we go.
$27.
That hits.
20 flat.
That still hits. Oh, that's it.
That's all she wrote.
Good game.
Just a humongous flurry of pokes.
Yep. To be fair, I feel like that was what everybody did. The fact that Zan stunned it and then everybody else got a turn.
Monks.
Yeah. Monk. Best support. You mean DPS? Support.
I shall pick up my sword.
I believe I remember Skiff saying he wanted to re-examine Tower 22 because of that laugh, because it sounded weird.
Well, yeah, I got an Arcana check and it was in that 1.
Yeah. Did anybody else want to re-examine the tower after learning that it laughed at you on your way out?
If Skiff's gonna head back, I'd go with him.
Oh, if you're talking about the thing you just fought, that's one of the random encounters, but when you're using the anvil, it has a 25% chance of falling one of those things to fight anybody using the anvil. Yeah, it's just... Oh, someone's using a hammer. Well, I've got a bigger hammer.
And so you're saying it's possible we could have just encountered that multiple times already?
Yeah.
If you had been using the anvil, yes. And then the encounter, like, it's on the list of things you can encounter on the tower table, but yeah. To be fair, those things just kind of showed up and were mad that someone was using an anvil in here. Anyway, I'm gonna use the restroom. When I get back, we will wrap up this session for today.
Right.
Give me just a second.
I shall head over towards the tower of 22 variety.
All right, I'm back.
He's back.
So, did anybody else want to re-examine Tower 22 after I remembered that it laughed at you on your way out?
Skip didn't do so well, but I mean, if someone else cared about it.
Yeah.
Not in the Arcana sense.
Yeah, Zan's not a magical guy.
I mean,
Well,
there's that.
it's not about magical. It's just that if someone was laughing in an echo, you could just use insight to see what the fuck's going on. You don't necessarily know it's magical.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that. Arcana isn't really going to tell you much about it, even if you do roll high. However,
Can I roll perception?
Yeah, you told me to roll Arcana or something to figure it out.
yes.
But okay.
Well, okay, so there's a reason. A high enough Arcana will tell you. It won't tell you much. You know what would tell you though? It is an Arcana check. But if you had detect magic, that could tell you.
I mean,
even
if
an identified
Skiff had
threat,
if Skiff had it, he couldn't do it.
Oh yeah.
because it's verbal.
So many spells are.
Yeah.
He basically just has Ice Knife, Illusory Script, Catapult, and Absorb Elements, and that's about it. As far as actual spells go that aren't cantrips.
I mean, to be fair, it's a decent list.
Well, yeah, I had to go. I went to the entire wizard list and to see what how I went through every single caster list to see what spells they could do without verbal components. And wizard was obviously still the most, but even then, for cantrips, he's basically just the avatar. All he can do is elemental stuff.
Yeah. If Liz wanted to cast Detect Magic or Identify, if Liz has either of those spells, that might be able to help you out.
I know Identify is, but
Now, is that a spell you have, or is it one of those things you got like a free one charge thing that you used up earlier?
Liz wasn't part of the group when you got. Well,
She
yeah.
List used it on the crown.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is Liz wasn't a part of the group when you guys got those one-time use spells.
oh the for
So Liz only has the spells Liz knows. Okay, so you're using the one from the from your background. Okay.
Does it so identify as used as an object?
Yes.
Would she, from just being laughed at, leaving it? How would List be able to recognize what object to use it on?
Can use it on the tower. The tower is still an object, and the tower laughed at you. As it turns out, the tower is the Tower of Illusion. It can't tell you too much other than there are illusions covering different parts of the tower. So what you see in there isn't necessarily what's actually there. Yeah, that was the no. Stone Lady Tower was the was Tower 26. Yeah, this is the one where I believe the phrase for this one was turn your face to the sky.
yeah.
Whereas the adamantite lady was drink poison.
Would this let us know of such tower?
It's not going to tell you whether what you saw was an illusion. It's just going to tell you that this is the Tower of Illusion and that illusion magic is prevalent in it. So what you see may not be reality.
Agony would like to go up and try to see if she could tell if something else was an illusion that we might need to reread it.
Okay. So Agony votes to go back up. Liz also votes to go back up.
I'll follow along.
All right.
Same.
So the first thing you notice is on the stairs where you once saw the Megans, they're not there anymore. In fact, the sign of your battle doesn't appear to be there at all.
Fun.
And when you get back to the top of the tower, once again, you see just the illusion, just the illusion tower's top floor.
So does that mean all of my arrows went into the ether?
No, your arrows are back in your quiver, as if you never shot them.
Could I see if the words for the sixth one are actually the words like insight or something?
How would you test that?
I like maybe going up and touching the wall, see if it feels different.
They feel real to you.
I guess we're good then.
Well, I mean, is the wording literally etched into it so we could feel it differently?
Yep. At least it feels that way. The only way to be sure if it's an illusion or not would be to attempt to dispel the illusion.
Or have like witch sight or something?
Witch sight, true sight, etc., yeah. If only someone in the party had a spell that could dispel.
Sorry, I can't do that.
That would be useful. If only someone in the party had dispel magic to test this.
We do.
Oh wait, Liz, you have dispel magic?
What?
Fair enough. Let's see. Go ahead and give me your spellcasting spellcaster check.
Does that mean you burned all of your slots to be able to do it?
Well, that'd be all the third tier slots.
That is true. Liz could cast it at a higher level potentially.
You could try it at level 4, sure. All right, so the first one, you cast Dispel Magic. You could tell that there's magic there, you just don't know what it is. You feel like if you try it a little higher, you might be able to get it this time. So, casting it at a 4th tier spell slot, you're like, no, I understand this, and wipe the magic away. And as it turns out, that's not what the 6th one says at all.
So we don't show thy face to the sky?
Quite the opposite, in fact. Sixth, hide thyself behind a mask.
Do we have one of those?
Your characters from a different campaign do.
I technically have one. I never wear mine, but
Yeah, being Mercy, you have like a literal mask, huh?
yes.
Or like some kind of weird astral looking one or whatever.
Spiffy. Alright, well. You could do that. If one of you was a skilled enough blacksmith, you could make one out of that adamantite lady from the other tower.
Oh man, that's not this campaign either.
That's not morbid or anything.
Nope, definitely not. Anyway, with that though, I think this is a relatively decent place to call it because I do believe that's all of the towers.
Well, we can melt the ice and see what the thing for 24 is. That was the only one we
No.
didn't see.
Oh yeah, because we left. Hold on, you would have had a chance to do that before you do that. So the inscription for Tower 24 is this, which I'm sure the ever-observant Skiff and Zan would have noticed on their way out while you guys were trying to deal with that stupid-ass crowd.
Stupidies.
So there it is. All right. So now with
That how would Skiff qualify for the whole secret telling thing when he can't talk?
Well then, I guess
to be fair, it says coax a secret from another. It doesn't say it had to be auditory.
Okay. It also didn't mean it had to be specifically from Skip either.
Nope.
Yeah, it could be from any one of us.
Or from the guide we're talking with,
I was
moving
about
with.
to say, including the guide. However, that is going to be something for another day, as I will be calling it here because this seems like a relatively good stopping point. Now that you guys have, I believe that's all of them.
1
I
to 8.
believe so. Yeah, the one was the
Yeah.
wand, so.
All right, cool beans. Thank you guys for stopping by, and we will see you next time on D&D Z.